Hi everybody, this is Stitch in Heaven. I'm Curtis. I'm the Bernina Tech here at Stitch in Heaven, and this is Erika.
Erika, your Bernina sales specialist here at Stitch in Heaven. I know you guys are used to seeing me, but I wanted to bring Curtis in and share some of the limelight today. We're going to do a quick video on 10 things to know about buying a new machine. So for those of you who haven't jumped in the Bernina pool yet and you're thinking about it, you may not know where to start. So we're going to kind of cover the differences. We've got a 470, 480 and a 770 here. Both great entry-level machines depending on what you're doing. And let's jump right in. So first thing you're going to think about is your skill level. Have you been sewing for years? Have you been sewing on a mechanical machine versus an automatic machine? Do you want to up your skill level and get into the next machine up? If that's the case, the 480 is a great entry-level machine for those looking for more automatic. Curtis, you want to kind of go into the differences between manual and automatic?
The manual and automatic...
Sorry, mechanic and automatic.
Yeah. Mechanical features that most people love is that they're very simple, they're very basic, easy to use. Even though they do have a great number of features about them, such as different stitches. But then when you go into the more automatic machines that are more electronic, they even broaden that range of stitches for you and give you more options. On your mechanical machines, a lot of them you're going to have to self-thread, and so you got to get down there and try to thread the needle just
really
right.
Good eyesight and steady fingers.
Yeah. To where when then you drop or jump up to the next level of your automatics, and then you get the semi-automatic needle threader, and then even to the bigger machines, then you get the automatic needle threader, which is a great feature.
I love that on the 880. Push a button and it is done.
I can't tell you how many customers I talk to, and man, as soon as you show them that, they just love it. Mm-hmm. I know my eyesight's getting a little worse as I get older, and and then you got to throw that little tiny thread through that needle. So, but there's other options out there to help you to thread your needles, and little tools and little nifty notions and
nifty
such.
Notions. All kinds of fun stuff out there.
A lot of people get intimidated by the electronics and the automatic stuff, and after you use it a few times, it's second nature. It's just a matter of just getting in there and using it.
Getting used to it, yep. A lot of people will look at something like a 480 and a 770 and say, oh my gosh, the 770 is too much, I can't do it. And I always tell my customers, if you can learn a 480, you can learn a 770. It's the same platform, pretty much the same buttons, you just have more options to figure out and learn. But with every Bernina purchase, you get a mastery class. So you have mastery books that you can do at home on your own time, or you can take the mastery class with an instructor. And those classes are less than 10 people in the class. They're hands-on. You're sitting there with an instructor that's helping you through everything. So don't be intimidated by it. We're all here to help.
The support system with Bernina is fabulous. It's great. That's why we recommend finding Bernina dealers and mechanics, and that way you have that instead of going out and buying some out-of-the-box sewing machine that doesn't have the warranties and the coverage and the techs, to help you fix your problems when you run into them. Right. You go with Bernina, and some of the they're great products, and you're going to get that wow. I'm loving this. I'm so happy that I can call somebody that can help me through this. And
one thing that sets Stitch in Heaven apart, speaking to the customer service, we have a customer service department.
Yes.
So you're not just waiting to talk to me or to Curtis. You can go through customer service. They can try to find answers for you. If they can't, they're going to come to us. So it's not just calling up a local shop and saying, oh my goodness, my machine's doing this, what do I do? And they're going, I don't know. We don't have a tech. We don't have customer service. So Stitch in Heaven is fully equipped to help you out with things like that if you get in over your head.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about stitch options.
Stitch options. Okay. So starting out with a 4 series machine, the 435 and 480 they're not geared towards quilters. They have more utility stitches and more decorative stitches than a 470 QE. Sorry, 475 QE. The 475 QE is a quilter's edition. It is geared to quilters, so it's got more patchwork and quilting stitches in it than the other machines do. You still get a lot of utility stitches and a lot of decorative stitches, but it's just geared more towards your needs. Starting out with a 4 Series machine, they don't come with the BSR, but you can purchase a BSR. So if you're into machine quilting, you can get that Bernina stitch regulator, which allows you to free motion your quilts, and it will regulate your stitches. So your stitch length will be the same no matter what speed you're going. Anybody who has traditionally quilted on a machine knows if you go too fast or too slow, your stitch length is going to vary greatly. So,
and I love to play with it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's fun to play with. If you come into the showroom, we've got them out there where I can put one on a machine for you. You can play with it and see how you feel about it too. When you start getting up into the 7 Series machines, 570, 770 QE, again, are going to be geared towards your quilting stitches. They have more than enough generic utility stitches and decorative stitches as well. When you get up into that 570 and 770, you also enter into the embroidery world, which this is your embroidery module on a 770. So of course you're going to get embroidery motifs that are preloaded on the machine. You can also download embroidery motifs online, put them on a flash drive and stick them in the side of the machine, and you can access those there. So it opens up a whole nother world of opportunity.
The things I like about these machines too, versus buying from some box store sewing machine or so, is that we have so many good warranties.
Yes.
The thing with Bernina, they give a 2-year warranty on the electrical parts, and then they give you a 5-year warranty on all circuit boards, and then a 20-year warranty on the frame and the mechanical parts of the machine, excluding the consumable, the wearable parts.
Wear and tear items.
So mostly like your bobbin cases and your hook and such. So those are not a 20-year warranty, or I think it's like a 90-day warranty on those.
I think it is, yeah.
So, but you're covered. I mean, even if you do run into problems, your dealers and Bernina USA, they really do a great job at taking care of their customers and making sure that you're not really, I mean, you're getting a great product and you're paying for a great product, and with that product you get the service and the warranty with it. So
they stand behind their name, and in addition to that, Stitch in Heaven has an extended warranty option that you can buy that takes your 2-year and your 5-year to 5 years and 8 years. So you can add another 3 years to each one of those.
Yeah.
Can't add any more to the 20 years, but
20 years, that's a long ways out there.
I still have my grandmother's 830 from the 70s, so sometimes you might need that 20-year
It's a great
warranty.
machine. 830. I mean, Bernina makes them to last for a very long time, and
they do. Absolutely.
I enjoy working on the 830s, the 930s, the 1000 series on. They're beefy machines, and they're still out there working hard.
Yep. And as most of you know, we take trade-ins. I get so many customers that have those old machines, and I'll mention trade-ins. No, they do not want to get rid of them.
You can't get those 830s and 930s and so forth, out of those customers' hands.
No.
They love them.
They want to hang on to them.
I don't blame them. I love working on them and keeping them clean and working for them. And,
Awesome machines.
Yeah.
Looking at a machine that you can grow into. If you kind of think, I might want to get my feet wet with embroidery, you're going to want to look at the 570. That machine, great entry-level machine into embroidery. It's got a little bit smaller module than this one. So your hoop size is still, it's a little limited, but you still can fit pretty good, decent sized projects on that machine. That's one of those that you can buy the machine by itself, and then if you decide down the road to add the embroidery module, you can absolutely do that. You already have the embroidery software on the machine, you're ready to go, you just have to plug in that module. Same with the 770, you can buy the 770 QE by itself, add your embroidery later. 4 Series, you can't do embroidery on, but it does have options you can step up to. So like I said, the BSR, Bernina Stitch Regulator. If you decide later on that you want to start quilting your own quilts instead of sending them out to the long armor, you can absolutely buy a BSR, plug it in, and you're ready to go.
I love my 770. There's so many things. I get to spend some time with my mother and teach her a little bit of embroidery, which she's never done, and it's got so many options. I mean, you can she's a quilter, traditional my family background's going back to hand stitch and quilts, and then now we're moving into this, and it just offers a lot of different things, different quilting stitches, and you can do applique. It just has a lot of great functions.
You can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are traditional quilters look at one of these and say, well, why do I want embroidery? You can also quilt in the hoop with an embroidery module.
Yep.
So you can load your fabric, you can go block by block, or you can move your fabric within that hoop. There's a ton of quilting designs already loaded on there. Or if you just want to do embroidery designs, if you want to do labels that have a cute little logo on them that you've designed, you can do that too. So even a traditional quilter will get a lot of use out of a machine like this.
It's a nice little guy to have around.
It is. The other thing too, if you've got one of these set up and you're working on embroidery projects on this, you don't want to have to take your embroidery project off the hoop and off the arm and redo your whole machine. Yeah. Have one of these set up, do your embroidery, and get yourself a little 3 or 4 series to do all your piecing as well. So it's a great little combination. Add to your sewing room. I know we all love sewing machines. I don't know how many customers I have come in and say, oh, I've already got 6, I don't need another one, and they end up buying another one.
Never can have too many.
No. So think of something that you can grow into, or just add on to your sewing room so that you have more capabilities and more functions. Buying a new machine, you might be intimidated by pricing. Like I said, we do take trade-ins, so we will give you a value on your old machine towards the new one. Curtis is responsible for valuing those. But we also have financing options. So when you come in to purchase a new machine, you can apply for financing through Synchrony Bank. It's 0% interest for 6, 12, 18, or 48 months, depending on the price of the machine. Basically, you spend $3,000 or more, you can get the 48 months, so you can stretch that out a little bit. Mm-hmm. So actually that $480 right there, you could get for about $65, $70 a month. Every now and then, Bernina will run specials for 60-month or 72-month at 0%. Those are great times to jump on these deals.
Yeah.
If you've been eyeing even a $790 or an $880, if you can get that 60-month or 72 months at 0%, that's an awesome deal. Great way to get a good machine home.
0%.
0%.
I mean, that's a great deal. You're not going to find very many places that can offer that kind of financing for you.
Yeah, and a lot of people jump on that just because you want to stretch your dollar. If you have the option to pay things out over time, stretch your dollar, save your money. You can make double payments. You can pay it off early if you want to.
Let's talk about some more features such as, the knee lift, the free arm, the needle threader, needle position and adjustments.
All of these, you can move your needle left and right. You've got settings in there that when you stop sewing, you can stop with your needle up or down. It's up to you. A lot of the machines will have the bobbin thread sensor in them, which I love. If you're working on a project and you need to keep an eye on your bobbin and you're like me and you don't, it's a great thing to have.
Just keep your machine clean, keep those sensors clean, get the lint off. Sometimes they'll act up a little bit, but clean machine and it'll run great for you.
Yeah. The features on there, when you start getting up into the 5 series, 7 series, you'll notice some of the Bernina feet have crystals on them. So those machines can read that crystal and they're kind of foolproof. They're going to stop you from doing things you shouldn't be doing with that foot. So they'll kind of guide you through the process. One thing I love about these machines as a new quilter, new sewist, these machines have an onboard tutorial basically on them.
Yeah.
There's a little question mark button. Any buttons that you don't know what they are, hit that question mark, hit the button, it's going to tell you what it is. It will even, if you go into the dress form, it will even set up your machine for you depending on what projects you're doing. So you can pick what fabric you have and it's going to tell you what needle, what stitch, what stabilizer to use, everything. I love this book. I try to get every one of my customers that buys an embroidery machine to look at this book, if not buy it. This is going to teach you how to set up any project you can think of. It's going to tell you your stabilizer, your needle, your thread, everything. This is basically your embroidery Bible. If you get one, do not lose it. You need that. As far as attachments and feet that are available, God, I have a whole wall out there of feet. One that we have sitting here is the binding attachment. You'll see a video that we post that goes over how to use that, different things you can do with it.
Yeah.
That comes in several different sizes. You can bind anything from a purse, a little wallet project, all the way up to a blanket.
Mask. You can even do a little binding for your mask.
Yes, you can.
A great feature that I showed to my mother, and she loves it.
Yeah. So Bernina's feet are amazing. You can speak to the quality of the feet, the process to make them.
All the feet that they make at Bernina is hand polished and down to, I mean, they're tested and such precision. It's the Swiss precision that they're so proud of. It's really remarkable how they do things. To sit there and work with even the hooks and polishing them, they're polished down to a fine tip so that you get that perfect stitch. And so the feet, I mean, you can't get any better precision than what you're going to get with the full shank that Bernina offers you. They're very sturdy. They're not going to break, and you're going to get the perfect stitch that they want you to have.
To me, it's just, again, it speaks to the quality of the machine. They have the feet to support the projects you want to do. That name, Bernina, just says quality to me.
I know that a lot of the price ranges for Bernina can scare you, but you're not going to get the support, the education, and all the great features out of some big box sewing machine that you will out of a Bernina.
Yeah, so, with that price comes value, not just in the machine, but in everything else.
I love it when I get somebody that comes in and they say, "Oh, you're a technician, and you can work on machines," and I like that. I want to buy from you, and you know that's a big factor that a lot of people like, because if they do have any issues, then they have that support, and that's why we love selling Berninas, because there's so much support out there for them.
And I mean, we have Curtis, we have 2 techs on staff. Any machine needs you have, those guys are there for you. We're here to help you. I think that's one thing that sets Stitch in Heaven apart as a Bernina dealer. What are we running, 1.5 to 2 weeks on machines right now for clean, oil, and adjust?
It can be, and sometimes a lot faster. So.
Yeah. So from what I've heard and comments I've seen on Facebook, we're one of the quickest turnaround out there right now too. So
here we got a noise level on a sewing machine. That's a big one.
I personally have sewn on other brands that are very noisy. That was one of the contributing factors to me getting a Bernina after I started working here. When I realized how quiet these are and just how noisy my other one was, I wanted to jump on that bandwagon too. You work on these. I know you've got a pretty noisy one back there right now.
I've got a really noisy one back there right
now. Not a Bernina.
Yeah, it's not Bernina, thank heavens. But it's amazing. Different machines that I work on, and I can go through, and you can tell the level of noise difference between each brand and each model and so forth. But Bernina also has that very nice, quiet, even working machine. And like I say, you know, if you oil and you keep your machine clean, it's going to work and be quiet, and then maybe your husband's not in the background yelling at you, "Hey, turn that noisy machine off." There's different machines out there. They all have different little noise and ticks about them, and Bernina is not one of those noisy ticking machines, so that's what I like about it. So
I know sometimes we'll do videos and we're doing demos and people will say, "Oh my gosh, that machine's so loud." We're wearing microphones. It's amplifying it like crazy. If you come into the store and you sew on these, you'll see just how quiet they are. I've had customers doing demos, and I'm talking to another customer right next to them, and it's not intrusive at all. They really are quiet machines. I think that's pretty much it. So y'all are ready to buy one, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on in and talk to us. Talk to Erika. She'll tell you all the features, show you, demo, let you play with the machine. And if you have any questions about mechanical or problems with machines, come talk to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and help you out.
One thing we forgot to touch on. The long arm.
A long arm.
Yeah. So we have a Q24 on a classic frame sitting in the store. If you haven't been in yet, come in and check that out. I feel like the long arm is very easy to learn, especially if you've worked on a Bernina before. The buttons are very similar, but even if you haven't, it's pretty easy to use. Once again, you have the guide, the on-screen tutorials. It's very easy.
They made it so easy to transition from a Bernina,
a domestic machine,
and go up to the long arm and be able just to use the basic same, touchscreen functions and such, and then get it going. And I mean, I love playing with it and watching our more skilled long arm quilter, Sandra. Oh my gosh, Sandra can do some fabulous work on a long arm. It's just amazing to watch and to get to play with, and Q24, Q20.
And the new Q16.
Q16, sit down.
So we've got 3 different sizes. The 16 and the 20 you can put in a sit-down cabinet. 20 and 24 you can put on a frame.
Yeah.
Frame also comes in 3 different sizes. So if you don't have room for a frame, and frame sizes vary between 9 feet and 13 feet. If you don't have room for that, we've got the sit-down cabinet options. By the end of the year, we will have options out on the floor for those for you to look at.
And a foldable table too, I believe.
Yes, so there's a foldable table as well. So you can fold that up. If you don't have room, you can put it in a closet and just pull it out when you need to use it.
Great space saver, so options, lots of them. You probably have a lot more questions. Erika, she'll steer you the right way.
Come in and see us. Give us a call. Customer service will direct you to whichever one of us you need to talk to, whether it's a service-related question or machine sales-related question. You can call us here at the shop. You can reach out via Facebook, email, whatever is easiest for you.
We'd love to talk to you.
Thank you.